Welcome to the Inspiring You Show. If we haven't met, I'm Henry. So, my friends, welcome to this moment of connection and grounding. First, let's begin by finding a comfortable position. And I invite you to close your eyes, lower your gaze if you wish. And once you do, take a nice deep breath, breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. Feeling the gentle, steady rhythm of your breath as it guides you into stillness. If it feels like you need to release any tension, you can also lift your shoulders and then drop them. Allow your shoulders to lift and then drop them. And then check in on your jaw, see if you need to unclench it. Allowing your entire body to relax into the support beneath you. Mother Earth is supporting you. Letting yourself become more grounded, more aligned, taking another deep breath. And now, as you continue to breathe in life force energy, breathe out what no longer supports you. Visualize, sense, or be in knowingness of a warm, golden light infused with Reiki energy healing, descending from above, gently surrounding you. If you wish to receive Reiki, you can say yes. If you don't, that's okay. Reiki always respects free will. This light carries the energy of rest and renewal. This light carries the energy of rest and renewal, encouraging you to let go of any tension or heaviness you've been carrying. With each inhale, drawing in peace, vitality. With each exhale, releasing what no longer supports you, tension, exhaustion, tiredness, stress, burnout. With each inhale, breathing in that peace, vitality. With each exhale, letting go of tension, exhaustion, tiredness. Letting go of anything that no longer supports you. Breathing in life force energy. Breathing in, letting this golden light infused with Reiki move through you, around you, clearing, cleansing, releasing, rejuvenating, revitalizing, allowing the light to fill in the spaces for the highest good, allowing this golden light infused with Reiki moving through your entire being into your throughout your whole energy field, your aura, bringing in calm, balance, rejuvenation, revitalization, relaxation. Preparing you to receive any other insights that we're going to be exploring today. So take one more deep breath here. Feeling more grounded, more opened. And then when you're ready, open your eyes if they were closed. And let's begin. Today, I'd like to share one of the 14 key themes from the January energy forecast of 2025, which is part of the larger body of work that you can explore in its entirety through my podcast or the YouTube episode where it's the entire January energy forecast of 2025. But to support deeper understanding, I'm bringing it down in more manageable pieces, focusing on possibly one theme at a time or numerous together. And this approach allows and lets you integrate these insights slowly, intentionally, so you can feel them in your body, allowing yourself to embody and bring them into your daily life. So, the theme that we are focusing on today is going to be rest and replenishment. So, rest and replenishment. So, rest and replenish, that's actually the name of it. Rest and replenish is the energy theme that we're going to be focusing on. So, with that, my friends, whether through, hold on one sec, I'm just fixing something on what I'm live streaming on. Okay. So, rest and replenish, whether through physical rest, quiet reflection, or nourishing connections, or even a nature walk, Prioritizing practices that replenish your inner reserves can really support you, especially for the rest of the year. Think of it as gathering the strength you'll draw upon throughout the year. So think of it as gathering the strength that you'll draw upon throughout the year. So it's kind of, this is a time to hold steady, rest deeply, and gather inner strength. Whether again through physical rest, quiet reflection, or nourishing connections or nature walks, prioritizing practices that replenish your inner reserves. So think of it as gathering the strength you'll draw upon throughout the year. Rest, I know sometimes in our super busy world of to doing and got to complete all that listing, all that list, rest can seem super counterintuitive when there's so much to do. Yet, my friends, we are not here to be doing machines. We are here to shift into beingness. And so, but that does not mean that we're not going to have inspiring action in regard to this because we do live in a physical world. So it's a delicate balance in terms of understanding that discernment. So, with this though, understanding adequate understanding adequate replenishment is so important. Adequate replenishment is so important. And without adequate replenishment, we risk depleting the very energy that sustains our growth and creativity. Just as nature hibernates in the colder months, or if you will, how bears, that word sometimes, if you're like, what is she saying? I do have a slight Boston accent that comes out sometimes. I grew up in Massachusetts. So bears, the animal, um, they do when they hibernate, think of how they hibernate. They are hibernating for a reason. And so think of it as like you are then drawing strength you're gathering strength that you'll draw upon throughout the year. So I thought that was a really interesting way that the guides brought that in. I was like, oh, it's really interesting to think of it that way. So anyway, so with this then, just as like nature hibernates or some animals in the colder months or whenever, our bodies and minds thrive on cycles of deep rest. So embracing this period as a time of intentional, inspiring restoration, a gentle lull that allows you to rebuild your energetic foundation. And so here is some integration work that prioritizes rest and replenishment. Scheduled downtime. Block out segments in your calendar for rest or low effort activities. Treat these appointments with yourself as non negotiable, just like any other work commitment. I have several things that I do, and I'll tell you one of mine. One of mine is watching Hallmark movies, especially holiday Hallmark movies. Like to me, I will block out like a segment. I'm going to watch a Hallmark holiday movie. And that is I treat that as an appointment with myself as non negotiable, just like any work commitment. And it's a very low effort activity that also, because there's a level of like what I perceive as merriness in the Hallmark holiday movies, it brings a very uplifting merriness that really uplifts the spirit and generates joy oftentimes for me and peace. So that's something that I do that, I look forward to. There's other things too, taking a nature walk with my dog. That's also I really, really try to commit to that daily. That's one of my non-negotiables. And if I can't do a longer walk, at least I do a shorter walk. But think about for you, how can you block out segments in your calendar for rest or low effort activities, treating these appointments with yourself as non negotiable, just like any other work commitment? Also, I do come from years ago when I worked in television. There was a time in my life where things were so imbalanced. Like my whole life was about work. And I felt so oftentimes burnt out, tired, and imbalanced with my personal life and my work life. And so coming out of that situation and career transitioning, something that I really learned to incorporate was balance in my life, which is part of this is the scheduled downtime. So really bringing in balance. And And it took a bit because I was really caught in the to doing. Oh, y'all, I was in such a to go lifestyle. When I worked in television, oftentimes when you're on location, you live in hotels, which I do love. I do love sometimes hotel living, but you get so used to everything being in to go. Everything's in containers to go. You're always eating out of container or you're, eating out, which is fun sometimes, but there is something to be said about having home cooked meals. Even your laundry, everything is to go. Like everything was on the go. And so I really had to shift from being in this to go mentality into living a more balanced lifestyle, which I had to let go of some non beneficial habits to allow myself to bring in that balance that I wanted. And so, with this, I'm saying be patient with yourself because if you've had a very incredible, just time consuming job or just way of living that you've gotten conditioned into habits for the human, you might be scheduling downtime, but even if you're not incorporating it right away, be patient, be kind with the human, bring in compassion and loving kindness because you may be so used to being on the go that this scheduled downtime is like completely like alien to you. And so take that notion of mindfulness and compassion with the human and just know that, it's about setting the intention and calling yourself in to start bringing in some beneficial habits that can bring more balance to your life and support you, especially with this energy theme of prioritizing rest and replenishment, especially when the cosmic energies are calling for us to do that. So that's why if you heed the understanding of it and take inspiring action with it to be in more rest and replenishment, then it's going to support you not only this month, but the rest of the year. All right. So, another aspect of integration work with prioritizing rest and replenishment, so integration work also, by the way, it just means so sometimes we can hear concepts or things and we may not be actually implementing it into our lives. We might be just talking the talk, not walking the walk. And so we're here to learn, grow, and evolve. So it's about integration work. It's about implementing. How are you implementing the tools? Are you just talking about the tools or are you actually, self-realizing, acclimating and utilizing the tools for realization work, for integration work to support you in terms of shifting to allowing you to be more balanced and having that, highest good life that you're really calling in. Because if you're just talking about it but not actually allowing yourself to shift with it in the physical world, then you have to bring in more momentum of the walking the walk notion, which is the integration work. All right. So the next one for integration work for prioritizing rest and replenishment is nourishing connections, seeking out people and spaces that help you feel uplifted, inspired. Whether it's sharing a comforting meal or engaging in meaningful conversation, supportive relationships can be profoundly restorative. And so, I have a few places I live in Los Angeles, I live in Santa Monica, California. And so there's places in Santa Monica that just bring such joy to me as soon as I walk in the space or go. I live near a park that overlooks the ocean. When I go there, it just is so uplifting to me and I feel so incredibly grounded, expanded. And so anyway, so this is what that means. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so I'm still hold on one sec. I'm still recovering from that chest cold. Sorry about that. All right, y'all. Um, whew. I feel much better, but I'm still having moments of still coughing here and there, but it's way better because it's the beauty of the body in terms of the healing, right? Okay, so what are your places, in terms of meaningful conversations, engaging in them, or inspiring places that uplift? Also, mindful media consumption. I already mentioned for me, holiday Hallmark movies. Um, But for you, like, doing mindful media consumption, what if also that could also mean, not only inspiring shows or movies, but it could also be what if your rest includes reducing screen time or reducing screen time, reducing social media time, or choosing just more uplifting content. So choosing more uplifting content, curate what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, ensuring it resonates with your desire to replenish rather than drain your energy. So ensuring that it resonates with your desire to replenish rather than draining your energy. So, all right. So then the next is for the integration work is prioritizing rest and for rest and replenishment is energy work. Hold on one sec. Whew. Hold on. I'm going to just take a sip of water. Okay. All right. So energy work. Trying simple practices, like doing energy healing meditations or even doing gentle yoga or Kundalini yoga if that feels right for you, Qigong, um, things like that that encourage, or even that just some things that encourage slow, mindful movement. Uh, these can help realign your body's natural energy patterns and systems, supporting deep relaxation as well. Even a few minutes of intentional stretching can ease tension and enhance rest. So, all right, so that's some of the integration work that you can do. And now let's talk about journal questions for this energy theme, my friends. Okay, so what activates? Oh, so what activities or mindsets currently drain? And then how can I minimize them or clear them this month? So, what activities, or if there's any mindsets or patterns or habits that you feel are currently draining you? And then how can you possibly minimize them this month? Or are you ready to complete them? Or are you ready to release from them? So, what activities? What hobbies? There any hobbies, or is there any kind of patterns or programs or mindsets that are currently feel draining? And then how can I minimize them this month? Or are you ready to release from them, complete them? So that way, then there's space for you to shift into something else or call in something else. And then the next journal question is, how do I feel when I allow myself to fully rest? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Y'all, this is a good one. So really take time for this one. Like, notice, how do I feel when I allow myself to fully rest? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then and note it, like write it down. Like after you rest, take time to like write it down. Remember this question and then write it down. Write down how you feel afterwards. What small habits can I adopt to consistently renew my energy? What small habits can I adopt to consistently renew my energy? In other words, energy healing meditations, nature walks, your bedtime routine, afternoon breaks, gentle stretches. So, what small habits can I adopt to consistently renew my energy? The next one is, where can I say no to create more space for the rest in my life, for rest in my life? So where can I beneficially, you're setting a healthy boundary to say no to create more space for rest in my life. So where can I say no in a healthy way with mindfulness, care, compassion, love and kindness for self and others, then to be able to create more space for rest in my life? Okay, so then intentions and affirmations for rest and replenishment. So you can repeat after me if these resonate with you, either out loud or silently to yourself. Okay, here we go. I intend to embrace deep rest as a necessary foundation for my well being. I intend to embrace deep rest as a necessary foundation for my well being. I intend to embrace deep rest as a necessary foundation for my well-being. Hold on. I was not coughing all day, and then I sat down to do this, and because it's, like, nighttime, I feel like at nighttime, that's when it can happen more, but I was not coughing all day. Fascinating. Okay, here we go. Here's the next intention. I choose to protect my energetic boundaries out of love and kindness and mindfulness, reducing what depletes me. I choose to protect my energetic boundaries with love, kindness, care, mindfulness, reducing what depletes me. And I say that because out of love, because sometimes people really go into fear, like, oh my God, I got to protect my energy. Y'all, we live in a shared space. So you're just, it's like in your house, if you have rugs that you vacuum, and then after you vacuum, you're like, oh yeah, my rugs look so great. Well, after a time, you're gonna have to vacuum again. It's just your energy field, it needs to be vacuumed too. It needs to be cleared out from this present moment, from stuff from past lives, maybe, or ancestry. So, and even if you just walk down the street, you could walk by someone and you both could be exchanging things with each other. It's not right, wrong, good or bad. It's the isness. And so it's just recognizing out of the energy of love. Okay, so I choose to protect my energetic boundaries out of love, care, compassion, reducing what depletes me. That also, though, goes into mindset because, really learning how to clear from lower levels of mind, shifting upward to higher levels of mind, that can really help you because there can be low level, just negative thoughts that are really heavy that might have even been like inherited limited beliefs from ancestors or even from past lives. So, so really clearing also that out too, like clearing out non-beneficial links or cords to, thoughts or beliefs that were handed through generations that are now causing depletion. So that could be, you could look at that as like a healthy energy boundary where you're completing the cycle of something for your ancestors to call in a new way of being, not only for you, but also for the lineages for the highest good. All right. So the next one, I commit to seeking nourishment through supportive connections and healing practices. I commit to seeking nourishment through supportive connections and healing practices. I commit to seeking nourishment through supportive connections and healing practices. Okay, the next one, the last one. I honor this period of restoration, trusting it will fuel my future endeavors. I honor this period of restoration, trusting it will fuel my future endeavors. I honor this period of restoration, trusting it will fuel my future endeavors. I honor this period of restoration, trusting it will fuel my future endeavors. So, with these intentions, affirmations, you really want to repeat them if they resonate, allowing them to affirm your ability and your right to pause and renew, to rest and renew, to rest and replenish. And then over time, you'll find that rest is not an indulgement or an indulgence, but a key to sustainable growth. That's one of the limited beliefs in our society that rest is can be an indulgence or you don't need, it's all about work hard, play hard, and you don't need any rest. And it's just not true. You know, when I was a kid, the guides used to talk to me about how beneficial sleep was and why resting was important. So I've never even though I worked in television where we worked, long hours, I always understood though that, you know, sleep and rest was important as well, even if I was, burning the candle at all hours, so they say. Um But, so you learn and you grow and you understand. So even though you understood something from as a child, you understand then as adult how even more so important. And I definitely learned that, why it's really important because when you become really burnt out, whoo, it is not fun, the depletion, and you really understand that why replenishment and renewing and taking time to rest is so important. So yeah, we're here to learn, grow, and evolve, y'all. Okay, so then you just, take time to do this. And then also just the astrological influence on this energy theme. So, one of the things that I'm really called to do is this connect the dots on things. Not only how we can have energy forecast and these themes are coming in, but also how then, they could be connected to the astrological influence, the cosmic influence. So, the cosmic energies of January echo the need for rest and replenishment as we transition from the intensity of the past year of 2024. The stars, the universe, the cosmos is encouraging us to pause, reflect, and gather strength for the transformation ahead. Capricorn's steady determination encourages grounded planning and practical, inspiring action. Mars continues its retrograde motion. This planetary movement encourages introspection and a focus on emotional well being. Mars retrograde is just urging us to reevaluate how we expand our energy and assert ourselves. So, this is a time for recalibration, especially around home and family dynamics. So, with that, then, Mars is also supporting us in leading heightened sensitivity, possibly, and a need to, as I mentioned, about emotional stuff, address unresolved emotional matters. So, this period supports then turning inward, nurturing oneself, and engaging in restorative practices. Trust that this period of restoration is setting the stage for inspired action in the months to come. And there are other cosmic energies at play as well. You can check out one of my previous episodes, the 2025 astrology forecast, the year of cosmic completion and bold new horizons. If you're on my podcast on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, it's episode 583. If you're listening on YouTube or on Facebook, you can just scroll back through one of the previous episodes and you will see it. Okay, so the energy theme connection, this connection between the cosmic energies and rest and replenish theme reminds us that January is a time to embrace intentional, inspiring restoration. The stars, the cosmos are providing a backdrop for deep self reflection, rest, and emotional renewal, creating the energetic foundation we'll need for a transformative year and journey ahead. So remember then, the cosmos is providing this supportive backdrop for deep rest, reflection, and emotional renewal, which creates this energetic foundation that will support us. So are you taking that opportunity or are you going into resistance to it? Because if you're going into resistance to the cosmic energies, y'all, the universe is much bigger than one person on earth. I know that we all want to be like, no, 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 no. I am I am the main person in my story, which yes, you are. However, though, you are in co-creation with the universe and the universe is much bigger. So if the universe is bringing this theme in and you're going against it, you're going against the tides, which will bring up not only are you moving with resistance, which could bring up a lot of challenges for you because you're going against an energy theme that the universe is bringing in. So that could cause more challenges for you. So be kind to yourself and try to start to learn to flow, even if it feels like this doesn't feel it feels like a new experience for you. The universe is calling in for a new experience for you. And if you do, previous episode, I did a power positive intention word. If you chose one, use your power positive intention word to release any kind of resistance, to learn how to let go and be able to rest and replenish. Um, Last year, my word was unstoppable. So if I had resistance to rest and replenish, I would use the word unstoppable to release from resistance and allow me to be unstoppable in learning how to rest and replenish. This year, my words are light and thriving. And so I would use then the word thriving to allow me to release from any kind of surviving mechanisms of resistance and allow me to go into thriving of rest and replenishment for my highest good. So use your power positive words if you called some in as a support system. So let yourself do that, my friends. Okay, so also, that is it for this theme. Before we go, though, let's just take few moments of quiet here. Take a few final breaths. Close your eyes if you wish to. Lower your gaze. Take 3 deep breaths. Breathing in life force energy. Breathing out when no longer supports you. Letting yourself see that beautiful golden light infused with Reiki moving through you, around you. Take another deep breath. Whew, y'all, that feels good. Feels so good. All right, take another deep breath and open your eyes. Welcome back. Hopefully, you feel a bit more in the energy of renewal and more maybe lighter, more grounded. Let yourself carry any insights forward with you, knowing that rest and replenishment are vital components of your growth. And by honoring this period of restoration, you're cultivating the strength and clarity needed for inspired actions of possibly today and tomorrow because you're planting those seeds. So I will also say too, like it's amazing how now my throat feels better. I feel like the Reiki just really moved in there and supported me. So much gratitude. The body's just so amazing too, how infinitely intelligent it is. All right, so my friends, before we go, we always want to break the link. So say this with me if it resonates with you. I asked to break the links with this talk, with this meditation, with this Reiki. I asked to break the links, leaving only harmony and balance at either ends. I also asked to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I asked the light to fill the void cells, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for the highest good with ease and grace. And so it is. And so it is, my friends. So until soon, stay inspired.